Hi, and welcome to another lesson from Old School Blues Guitar. This is the classic solo, and if you're new to these lessons, each couple months or every couple months I take a solo from one of my favorite electric blues songs, or rhythm and blues songs sometimes, and I break it down note for note the best I can. And this month, January, February 2016, we're going to take a look at a song, the solo from a song by Smiley. You may be more familiar with Fats Domino's version of Blue Monday, but Smiley Lewis, I think, did it first, and he has a guitar break in it, and it's one of my favorite guitar breaks of all time, and so we're going to learn it. The song is in the key of E flat, at least on the recording, and it sounds like he's just playing some basic bar chords. Throw some fancy chords in there too, but the thing we need to know for the solo is it's in the key of E flat. So if you're going to play the solo, let me play it through one time. I don't have any backing track or anything, but I'll play it through the best I can, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the solo goes like this. Goes back into the song, which does this. Whoops. And then he's singing over that. But the solo is really, most of it's pretty simple. There's one part that's kind of tricky, but I'll try to explain what he's playing, but also show you, the ideas behind it. So he starts out, and to play this first part, what you need to know is where the first position bar chord is. For E flat, it's going to be right here with your first finger over barring the 11th fret. And then you just make your E flat shape. Now you don't use that chord. What you use is just a part of it. These two notes, the 11th fret of the second string and the 12th fret of the 12th fret of the third string. So 11th fret of the second string, 12th fret of the third string. And you're going to lead into it, sliding from one fret below. So you're actually starting your second finger on the 10th fret, and then just walking it down. So keeping that same shape, moving my second finger from the 11th fret to the 10th fret to the 9th fret. And the ring finger is coming along with it, picking both the second and third strings. And then right there, I'm just making a one finger E flat chord. If you use your second position bar chord, it's that chord, but I'm just doing it with one finger. Like that, and I'm getting the second, third, and fourth strings. Fourth, third, and second string since I'm strumming down. So that first phrase of the solo. Check the tab and just listen to it. That's pretty easy. And then right here he throws in a little sliding 9. If I remember right, that's how he plays it. So he plays it right at the end of that first phrase, where he's still playing over the E flat, the 1. Slide and then slide back. I only think he picks it once. And that is just an E flat, like you're playing an E flat 9th. Like that, and you're just doing it with one finger. Only picking it once. So that whole first part real slow. Now he's going to switch gears and play over the 4 chord, which is an A flat chord. And he's going to just play over it. He's going to do this little lick thing. We'll learn that part first. So he's really just playing over that shape. The A flat kind of an A flat 7th shape. And he starts out going from the 4th fret of the 3rd string to the 5th fret. Little hammer on. That's how he does it. To the 4th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret, 7th fret, and then he goes back to the 4th fret of the 2nd string. I kind of wanted to walk back the same way like this, but he doesn't do that. He does, and that lets him do this. And he's going to the 6th fret of the 1st string, and he's going to hammer on and pull off from the 4th fret of the 1st string, and then wind up on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. So that's the first phrase of this part. Real slow one time. And then he's going to go from the 7th fret of the 2nd string to the 4th fret of the 2nd string, 6, 5 on the 3rd string. So that whole part. Again, he's just playing right over that chord. Then he goes. And here, he's really playing over this 9th shape. It sounds like, or a minor, going to a minor thing. He's playing, he's got his first finger anchored here on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings of the 4th fret. And he's going a couple times or 3 times. He's really playing over that chord. So it's, and with that first finger anchored, he's going to the 6th fret of the 1st string, 4th fret, and then just picking up with that finger there, like a chord arpeggio. Arpeggio. I always have trouble pronouncing that. And then he comes back to the 6th fret of the 1st string. So let's play the whole thing so far, or at least the second part of it. One more time, slow. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing there. And that is the hardest part of the song. That's the difficult part. And that's why I like it. It's so different. It sounds so cool. It's just a different, a lot of guys play over that 4 chord, but he does it with that minor. It goes from an A flat 7, A flat minor. That's what he's playing over there, and that's really neat in the middle of the solo. And then to wrap it up, he's going back to these double stops. Right back where we were before. The first time he walks it through. Now you could play it up here or down here. But when I listen to it, it sounds thicker to me, which means it sounds like he's playing it on the 2nd and 3rd strings rather than the 1st and 2nd strings. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. So he does this. And he's going back and forth between this position with the 2nd finger on the 11th fret of the 2nd string and the 9th fret. And he winds up back on that chord, the 1 finger E flat chord that we used before. So the whole thing, whoops. So look at the tab on that one and listen to the song. You just have to kind of memorize that one more time. And then as he wraps it up, it sounds to me like he just hits this chord and then moves that finger down 2 to the 6th fret, and now when he hits it, sounds to me like he downstrokes, and then with a quick upstroke he hits the treble strings, even though they're not really part of the chord. Maybe he's doing something else, but that's what I'm hearing. It's kind of odd, but it works. Another reason I like the solo. So this last part he does this. And what he's doing here, this is what I'm hearing. He's going to an A flat shape, and it sounds to me like he's just using the 2 fingers. First finger on the 1st and 2nd strings at the 4th fret, 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So he kind of plucks or strums down on the chord, and a quick upstroke. So the whole thing. Then he goes to a G, same thing, just moves that shape down 1. And he winds up with a D-shaped chord here. Now the original song might very well be an E, which would explain a lot. But when I play along with it, I hear it in E flat. And so I wind up, sounds to me like it's this chord right here. It's just a D chord, move it up 1. So that whole last part, whoops. And then to get into the 5, it sounds to me again like he's playing a bar chord shape. Sounds to me like there's some bass strings in there. Makes it sound more thick rather than just doing this. Doesn't sound like that. So this is an A, going from an A to a B flat. So let's do that last part one more time real slow. Into the bridge of the song, which is this A flat. And back into the tune. That's a really cool song, by the way. So that is the solo from Smiley Lewis's Blue Monday. And I suggest that you listen to the original recording and hear what I'm trying to play. And I think I play it reasonably well. There might be a couple little places where I'm off, but again, there's not film of a lot of these guys, and there's certainly not film of Smiley Lewis playing the guitar on Blue Monday. So unless you know somebody who was there or knew Smiley Lewis, then you have to just try to listen to it and figure it out using the guitar sense, and that's what I do with a lot of these lessons. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hope there's some ideas that you can take and use in your own playing. And if you have any questions, comments, let me know. And I will be back with another solo breakdown from a classic electric blues song in January, February, March, and April. Probably post it in March. See you then.